Alright guys, it's the morning after Liverpool beat Benfica. Liverpool beat Benfica. Liverpool drew 3-3 with Benfica, but ultimately beat them 6-4 on aggregate to go through to the Champions League semi-final. Um, I mean, considering the lineup Liverpool did put out at the start of the game, I mean, it's not a horrific result. That there were only four players who would usually start for Liverpool playing. I think Matip, Alisson, Henderson, and one off Firmino or Jota. But yeah, it started off well for Liverpool. I mean, they scored a nearly identical version of the first goal in the first leg. Really well taken corner from Simicas, and Canate pretty much exactly the same header he did in the first leg, but in the back of the net. And Simicas, his crossing is just ridiculous. I think it's up there with Robertson's crossing. His crossing is probably even, no, I'm not sure if I can go that far, but it is pretty much as accurate as Robertson's. But Benfica, they got one just before half time. Well, they got two in the first half. Darwin Nunez was played through and chipped Alisson, but was just offside. But the problem with when Liverpool play the high line and have only Matip in the defence, who usually starts on a regular basis, is that the other three players, in this case Gomez, Canate and Simicas, don't know exactly where they're supposed to be because, there's less experienced at playing it. You need Van Dijk because he's the leader of the back line and he organises everything. And Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, they're they've played a lot more games than Simicas and Gomez over the past couple of years. So that is a problem, and it did get caught out just before half time. Yeah, I think it's Goncalo Ramos was he was played through and he was just onside. I think it was Simicas playing him onside for the first goal. And he sort of deceived Alisson a little bit. He went for the near post when, like, the more logical option would have been to go for the far post. And that made it 1-1 at half time. And I don't think there was any danger at any point where you felt that Benfica were going to win the game by two or more goals and take it to extra time. But you'd rather win the game, wouldn't you? But in the second half, Firmino scored two in the first 20 minutes. But both tap-ins. The first one just came from some poor Benfica defending in terms of the goalkeeper made a mistake not holding onto the ball. Vertonghen made a poor clearance. And then the whole defence stepped back and played Firmino onside for a tap-in from Jota's cross shot. If he was aiming for a cross, then it was a brilliant cross, but it looked more like he was aiming to shoot. And Firmino got second minutes later from a superb Simicas cross again from a free kick this time. Lots of pace on it, and Firmino just had to redirect it with the inside of his foot into the goal. It already had the power on it, and that made it 3-1. I think the fact that Firmino's got double figures this season now is quite impressive in itself, given the fact that he's been injured for pretty much half the season. And usually this is the goal tally he would usually get throughout a whole season when he's fully fit. So he is having quite a good season if you look at goal per minute ratio compared to what he has had the past couple of years. But yeah, Benfica, to be fair to them, they didn't let their heads drop and pulled one back through Roman Yaremchuk, the substitute. It's that high line. It was the high line for all of Benfica's goals. he was played on side. I think it was Kanate who played him on side for this one, and which one was Sharon Chip? How did he finish it? He took it round Allison. That's right. And put it into an empty net. It was originally given offside, but VAR overturned it. They did the same thing for Benfica's equaliser as well, when Nunez was played through and dinked Allison into the bottom corner, and that made it 3-3, obviously. And the same thing happened again. It was overturned. But yeah, Nunez, he looks like a really good player. He is lively, he's energetic, and he's shown tonight that he knows where the back of the net is, because he put the ball in the back of the net 3 times. He was just unlucky it got disallowed twice. But yeah, this high line that Liverpool are playing, I think we need a backup plan for when the main defenders aren't playing, like Van Dijk, Robertson and Trent, because it's very hard to do or to get right when you've got players who aren't playing as regularly. And yeah, what else? And also you can have games from now till the end of the season which are against Man City, Tottenham, where they're going to be very good at being able to time runs to be able to beat this high line as well. So you maybe need a backup plan for that, because can you imagine Harry Kane, Heung-min Son and Dejan Kulusevski against this? I mean, it'd be a tough watch for a Liverpool fan, wouldn't it? Because it's literally what Heung-min Son would be dreaming of, this, like, with the amount of space that Liverpool would leave between the line and Alisson in goal. So that could be a real problem in a few weeks' time when Spurs come to Anfield. But yeah, I suppose that's still a few weeks away. The one to worry about is Saturday afternoon when Liverpool play City in the FA Cup again. But yeah, the draw in Champions League it does mean that Liverpool will play Villarreal, which, I mean, could be a tough game, given that Villarreal have done really well to get to the semi-final, knocking out 2 giants in Juventus and Bayern Munich. Don't get me wrong, I don't think either of those 2 teams are what they have been in recent years, but it's still very impressive. So that won't be an easy game for Liverpool at all. And Man City got through against Atletico Madrid with a 0-0 draw after a 1-0 win in the first leg, meaning they will play Real Madrid, so that should also be a very, very close game. But yeah, two English teams, 2 Spanish teams in the semi-final. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.